Hello, everyone. My name is Ian Driscoll, and I am from the class of 2014. And I want to talk to you about the importance of finding your own grit. So, without further ado, title. So what is grit? Grit, I believe, is the determination, or the strength of character that all of us possess to face the challenges that we might encounter in life. But how do you find your grit? You find your grit by 3 ways. You should discover how to be humbled, discover the amazing you, and find your impact in life. These 3 things are crucial just to finding your grit. I worked in an organization called the Student Conservation Association for 1 month in Denali, Alaska. And it was a really amazing experience. We got to learn how to make a trail that was going to be designed for people in wheelchairs so that they could admire the beauty of Denali, Alaska. I learned how to be humbled. There are many times in life when, there are grizzly bears that you face in life. And you just gotta, fight them. So I did not fight a grizzly bear, thankfully. But, you have to realize that nature is there, and you're not the center of attention, always. You're not always the spotlight. You're not always going to be the main character in the show. And so you have to discover how to admire nature, how to respect it, how to respect that you are still a vital part of life, but you might not always be the main part. And so that's how I discovered how to be humbled. I discovered the grizzly bear has more of a main role than I do in life in Denali, Alaska. So I learned that. I also learned that glacier windstorms can bring down tents and many other things that humbled me a little bit in Denali, Alaska. I discovered the amazing me, or the amazing you, as you will. In the age of digital technology and just expansion with Facebook, with MySpace, if you still use it, one thing we discovered is that you don't know much about you. You know a lot about other people through Facebook and all, but you don't discover the amazing you. And so that's one thing I found about it. I found that there was a spirit in me, and there was a spirit in the people I worked with. And we got to discover what made us special, without makeup, without the latest fashion trends, without technology like communications. So that was awesome. There we are working, and it's pouring down rain, and we got to discover that we still pushed through and we still made this trail. We discovered our impact. We became a family of 8 people, and it was just awesome to see how such a group could collectively come together and make a trail. We discovered that some of us had different strengths, different weaknesses. I was not a person that made bread. I just didn't know how to make bread, so other people had to make the bread. We actually made bread. So that was an awesome experience, though, learning how to make bread. However, I was a morning person, so I got to wake up everyone in the morning and at 5:30. So I don't know if they were too happy about that. But what was awesome was we became a team. We learned how to work together, and we learned that our impact was stronger if we were a collective whole. And that's one thing I didn't know before I had this job. I thought jobs were always about competition, always about trying to outdo another person in whatever job you have. And I realized that if you think like that, it's not always going to be the case. You're not always going to have the same impact because you're not working with other people and you don't share a goal. So that's an amazing thing I learned about this experience. Lastly, I learned about satisfaction. I learned a lot of times we often focus on success in life instead of satisfaction. And I think satisfaction is kind of underrated. You have to be happy with what you're doing. You might not be successful, you might not earn enough money or stuff like that, but you can still find happiness. And I think that's the idea, the major idea I want to leave with you, is through grit, you can find happiness because you can discover something about you and how you can make an impact in the world. So, thank you.